Hey everyone, welcome back. We're right here. So I'm trying to bum rush to beat London. Obviously, I'm not trying to rush too fast, but man, it is taking some time, I must say. This is going to be a long recording session for me, so as the episodes go on, you might see an obvious tired person by like 3 to 4 episodes later. But regardless, anyway, let's get on with the story. You know, you said a large group, but we can't count on you during combat. You're looking for the ruins of the Mage Association, yes? Surely my intellectual curiosity as a scholar will be aroused. Besides, I can be good when I need to. You see, I also have an ace up my sleeve. And I have faith that you'll all protect me. I'm counting on you, Saber. Alright then, we should really get moving. The British Museum means we're heading to the Regent Park area. That's some distance from here. You best prepare yourselves for a succession of battles. I know. There's going to be a lot of battles coming up. Oh my god. But get ready, guys. Big ass montage time. Montage. What the hell? Alright, so I have a bunch of sabers because this is a saber. The health and skills are all sabers, so this should be pretty easy. Now, I've been leveling up my stuff, and I actually think this is too loud. Anyway, I've been leveling up all my other characters. Gilgamesh is max ascended. I believe he is. Yeah, he is. He's just not max level at 90 yet, but I'll get to that, like, sooner or later. It's not super important right now. None of these look very favorable. Whatever. Skip that one. But yeah, so I've been grinding the half AP for experience for a while now, and normally I give it like what 2 to 3 hours. I'm like, all right, that's about it, because something I guess I don't really talk about much, but I don't grind a lot. I think that's relatively maybe obvious, but I'm not a huge fan of super grinding. I just do what's necessary for me, and I don't really go overboard. I'm like, I being prepared for later. Yeah, I should be, but at the same time, I think let's do this. I think I'll be fine wherever I may be. So I just grind enough for let's do this and become this battle. But anyway, yeah, I just grind enough that I have enough to work on the current stuff. No, yeah, I should probably do more for like events, because events are normally harder than story missions. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Normally, most of the events drop EXP, so I'm not really too worried about that kind of stuff. The British Museum, a symbol of the British Empire, or rather, what remains. Oh, what a sorrowful sight. This museum once held so many of humanity's greatest treasures. I can't help but sigh. This building once held human progress itself. Can such a thing be allowed? Oh, 'tis the burning of the Library of Alexandria. Truly a shame. It's no different than the last time I was here. Rubble, ruin, nothing else. Whoever destroyed this place must have had a personal grudge. There were no survivors. So this is the British Museum, or what's left. I'd seen it, but just image data. Time to show off the ridiculous strength of servants. Now go smash stuff like a bulldozer. It's like an endless dungeon, huh? It's dark. Indeed, the air is awfully wet. That's what mage dwellings are like, right? Everybody knows they like it dark and damp. Do they? The rodent is agreeing with me. Yeah, he is a rodent. Yep, more enemies. This is a closed area, be careful. That doesn't matter. Why would you give me such a voice line like that? Not even a voice line, just a choice like that. It's such a pointless choice. Now that I come to think about it, some of the choices for the master is very dull. And this kind of goes by like visual novel, like norms. No, most of the time they only give you 2 options. And in a game like this, where really my choices don't dictate as much as the story, as much as it is just a response from the characters, I think there should be 4 choices. Like some sort of happy, some sort of neutral, mad, sarcastic, like in the middle. Like, because either you have one option, the second option, and neither of them really appeal to me. So I would like it to be that way, but I'm not gonna say it's ever gonna be that way. Alright, so let's see how many enemies is possibly gonna do. Alright. That was pointless of you. And we got our noble. Great. Alright, you know what? Oh, this is only one more part. Never mind, I was going to say let's fast forward through it, but this should be pretty quick. I'll just blast him. Bye-bye. Mr. Anderson, this door is... I'm sensing magical energy. Yes, this is it. Awarded entrance to the library. It's not blocked with rubble either. Excellent. I hope what I'm after is here, but that's up to chance. Jekyll and I are going inside. Guard the door. Leave it to us. Oh, and more enemies show up, so they can just go in the door and we can guard it. How great. Alright, another just 2 battles, so it shouldn't really be hard. Let's go ahead and take these guys out. Let's go for this and that. He's not gonna kill that health disgustor. He's not gonna kill it though. Yeah, didn't think so. What? Come on, 266. I hate when stuff like this happens. Thanks for the noble phantasm though. Oh, we've got a lot of enemies remaining. Look at this. Alright. I see what you what's up your sleeve. You dirty bucks. I like these kind of fights. Where you have to fight multiple enemies. It's kind of cool, you know? Maybe you guys know. I don't know. Like, I like the hordes of enemies. Like, idea. Alright, let's go for 1, 2, 3. Ooh ha 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 ha. Alright, that's mildly annoying. Alright. Yeah, this one's the best. And then we'll just blast with the Noble Phantasm. Once again, I forgot to change my list because it doesn't matter that much. I'm pretty sure Drake can kill whatever's in the last turn with one shot of a Noble Phantasm. Unless there's like multiple enemies. Then I'm kind of... I guess I'm not really screwed. It would just be annoying. Great. Let's go ahead and increase my strength. And let's go ahead... Oh, no, I did equip it. Cool. So, let's go ahead and give it to Nobunaga. I think that's the better choice. 1, 2, and 3. But, to be honest, they probably won't survive after Drake anyway. Oh, cool. Jekyll transformed. That's the art for it? That's real cool. I wish you could hear his voice. Who are you? Da-de-da. I'm high. If I don't like you, I'll kill you. Get in my way, I'll kill you. Kill. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna say all that. Was he gonna take care of it himself? Oh, just one battle. Great. This shouldn't be hard at all. Because we'll do this. And that's it. That's all we need to do. Bam. Oh wait, there's 6 enemies remaining. That's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. Gilgamesh will do the next round. Baba bam. Noble Phantasm, then another attack. That way at least he's not like freaking extra chaining a random enemy. Ah. Dang it. I freaking extra chained the enemy. I knew I was right on that. Darn. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, that's it. That's it for this section. We're finished. We're done, huh? Phew, I don't think I can do anymore. Oh, you're back to normal. There was a chance I wouldn't come back. I'm glad I did. Is Anderson's book reading? I'm done. I finished decoding most of the documents I was after. Besides, there are also several interesting books. I satisfy my personal curiosity too. Great work, guys. Personal curiosities. In light of Mr. Jekyll's urgent need to rest, I'll get right to the point. What bothered me in the first place was the relationship between the heroic spirits and servants. Heroic spirits are recorded or results of human history. Be they real or fictional, they'll exist as long as humanity does. But a servant is something different. This treats as a heroic spirit as an existence in reality. A familiar given a container called a class and made real when its existence is uncertain to be. What is this servant stuff? But I asked, Jekyll and Roman, was it? Is such a thing possible with the power of a human, a mage? Turning a heroic spirit into a familiar, I see, that's powerful. The strongest summoning spell imaginable. Where is he going with this? I already kind of know servants and heroic spirits. I already understand this. But a human couldn't handle such a spell on their own. If it's possible, it would be a being greater than a human. So like a god or something. So he's saying that God is doing this stuff. Heroic spirits can't be summoned with a human power alone. There needs to be some other reason. It needs to have an extra push from something else. Well, isn't that why the Grail exists? Yeah, the Grail, right? See, I'm on the same page as MASH. It's a fact that up to this point, many servants have been summoned thanks to the Holy Grail. Yeah, exactly. Indeed, you spoke of the 7 singularities, 7 Holy Grails driving the different eras mad. That's why I asked Dr. Roman about the Holy Grail. What exactly is the Holy Grail war that enables heroic spirit summons? For what reason was it created? Well, this goes back to like old Fate lore, and I remember actually watching a video on Fate lore. I can't remember what it was about. It was something about like humans reaching like a certain point. There's a video. It's called The Lore of Fate. I would say watch that video, but also read the comments too, because there are very insightful people who know a lot about the series in the comments as well of that video. If I remember, I'll try to tag it down below, but I'll most likely forget. Just look up Lore of Fate. You'll find it. It's by Daikun something. Yep, I don't have a detailed data, but the origin is a town in rural Japan, the flaming city you visited. Is that right? Fuyuki? But isn't Fuyuki like from whatever? I'll see what their answer is. There's a flaw to the concept of making heroic spirits fight each other. The original heroic spirit summoning ritual was a ceremony to pit 7 powers against 1. It wasn't something where 7 heroic spirits fought one another. Okay. So this is it. This is it right here. Okay, then maybe they'll explain it here. Ritual, heroic spirit summon, ritual, Holy Grail War are the same systems with different genres, you could say. Alright? Holy Grail War altered the existing spell and used it for selfish human purposes. Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the base heroic spirit summon was a ritual to put humanity's strongest 7 heroic spirits against a single powerful enemy. Yes. That's what got distorted in the Fuyuki Holy Grail War. Then you and the others. So what? For now, just know the ritual Holy Grail War was based off something else. Yes, I know that much. Wait. So wait, is... Now I gotta go back to Fate Stay and Fate Zero. It's been so long. I don't know the information on this shit. It's so much lore. I'm pretty sure it's very simple. In fact, I want to look it up right now. My computer's right here, but I don't want to like interrupt the video. I'll look it up afterwards. Some of you people who are watching this video might know more than me, but they might explain it like down the line of this whole London thing. So anyway, let's get moving. Chaldea wasn't able to make its own summoning system from the ground up. We modified and stabilized the Fuyuki ritual, but never considered the possibility of an older original. Yes, Doctor, this is a viewpoint we have never heard before. It casts doubt on the fundamental nature of the Holy Grail War. I thought I knew what heroic spirits were originally, but it was nothing more than information. Exactly. The Fate series is just information. That's gonna piss someone off. Maybe, I don't know. It wasn't nearly a level of what you just pointed out. That's very impressive, Mr. Anderson. I guess this is a keen eye of observation owned by an author that left his name in history. This doesn't help us do anything about the mass production of those helter-skelters. Very true. Learning about origins isn't going to help us beat some robots unless there's some answer to it. Okay, so I just want to take a quick break because I did decide to Google it. But the origin of the Holy Grail, well, I'm on the wiki right now, was to reach the root or the swirl of the root. It's kind of hard to explain because... Alright, so here, let me show you. Or not show you, but read it out. So it is a swirl of the root, Kongen no Uzu, or the vortex of radius in English localization, also known as the root. Akashic, the Akashic records, or occasionally heaven, Sora, is the metaphysical location within the Nasuverse that acts as the force that exists at the top of all theories in every dimension, as well as the source of all events and phenomena in the universe. Kind of think of it as like the answer to everything. And I know I'm probably like horribly simplifying it, but it's just like the answer to everything you want. It has the souls of all the heroic spirits who are on and recorded in the Throne of Heroes. And one of the ways to reach it was to manipulate Asura's system, aka the Holy Grail War, using heroic spirits, returning to the Grail as a way to making a hole to it. Once the root is used, it is closed for good upon becoming established. If one isn't entered, it can be left until someone does claim it, thus closing it off for good. So, in the end, they wanted the first Holy Grail War to open this route, and they wanted to get into it, whoever the people were. From, I can't remember who they were. Now, there is, I think it's called Kara no Kyoukai. Yeah, Kara no Kyoukai, and I believe the main character is Shiki Ryogi. I think that's her. But that's spoilers, I guess, for that, so I'm not gonna open that up. So there are characters who are affiliated with the root and who have been able to gain access to it or some sort of power from it. But overall, it seems like Grand Order is going to talk more about that, and it most likely has to do something with Solomon. And so far, it just seems like any character that touches it, they're just gone. They cease to exist. Or I should say they return to where they came. I think it's like a cool aspect of people wanting to reach it, but at the same time, I think it's still silly that they're searching for this all-powerful answer or this power, but in the end, when you get to it, what's the point? And I'm not saying what's the point for the character. The character obviously has a motivation to get here. I'm saying what's the point as far as us, the person who is consuming the material? Because looking here, it's like, oh, well, it says those who have managed to touch it cease to exist on the spot, as their human souls are either going back to where they came from, becoming absorbed into the root, or something similar. So at that point, they cease being characters, and I can't see a greater reason for it. If this had like some all-powerful thing, like say Mash, for example, somehow comes in contact with a root, and then she becomes significantly stronger, or the world itself changes in a way. Now, the world does change per se, because it is quite a accomplishment for anyone to reach that state. So now you have precedent in the world. You have someone who has done this thing. They have a feat accomplished. But at the same time, for the sake of their character being gone and them accomplishing it, I just don't think it's an equal trade-off as far as like an entertainment source. And I'm not looking at this like story-wise. I just think as entertainment. Now, it does build good storytelling in the case of, oh wow, so we're about to learn more about the origins of the Holy Grail War. Like, that's interesting, and it was meant to touch the root. But as far as the root itself goes, because it's kind of vague, I can't say I'm 100% interested in it. Really, I don't know. It's up in the air for me, because I'm thinking it's like really cool. In the back of my head, it's like, oh, this is a really cool concept. But then I'm looking at it directly, and I'm just like, so what for the story? I understand without it, or without the motivation of getting there, the story really doesn't exist. The Fate series doesn't have a propelling motion, because the Holy Grail War would not exist. But at the same time, it's just kind of weird to me. And I've actually talked about this for way too long. So, let's move forward. That's true. Of course, I just felt a hitch with the Heroic Spirit summoning system. If we're all normal classes summoned by a single system, I wonder what kind of spirit origins the original 7 for this system must have had. And someone else must have thought the same thing. I don't think it's a coincidence that the information about this, even the parts you'd expect to be lost, was all in one place. Someone predicted our coming and put it there. Someone. Who could it be? A surviving mage of the clock tower or a servant? I don't think it would be a mage. I don't know why a servant would do it. We'll have to set that aside for now. Okay, great. Obviously, we'll reach the answer sooner or later. And we're going to end it there. This one went a little too long because I ended up talking about the route and looking it up. So I'm going to have to cut this one a little short. But, you know, tell me what you guys think. Go to the Fate Wiki if you really don't care too much about spoilers. I don't think it's going to matter too much since there's so much information in the Fate series. You might as well read it anyway. You can always experience the visual novels and stuff like that. But I do think this isn't, like, crazy spoiler territory. Nor do I think it will mean much in the grand scale of it when you look at the Fate series in general, where we have a lot of material that doesn't really correlate to this at all, and like directly. I mean, of course, the Holy Grail War can be parodied and stuff like that, and like a Fate spin-off series and stuff like that. But the fact is, the route isn't really important to that. It's important because it set the Fate series, it set the precedent for the Holy Grail War and stuff like that. It just isn't as important as I think it is. Or at least what the characters were thinking. Now, what the original 7 servants are, that is an interesting prospect. I think that's far more interesting than the route itself. The only propelling motion for people looking for the route, you would have to be like a mage or a scientist or someone who is into that kind of information, because anyone else, I don't think they would really care, you know. So you have to have a very compelling character want to search for the route. I wonder if someone in Fate Grand Order is going to search for the route. Obviously, it might be our new bad guys or whoever set the information there for us. I'm still thinking it's Solomon. That's my hunch, because it just makes a lot of sense. Since we're fighting the 72 demon gods of Solomon, like, the moment we fought the first demon god, it was like, oh, Solomon definitely has to be involved somehow. And then we met David, too. Overall, lots of speculation here, and I'm not really one to speculate. That's not really my thing. But, yeah, I just had to think about it, and now I'm spewing my very unorganized thoughts about this out to the internet. Oh my god. Anyway, that's it. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Those can really help me out. And I'll definitely see you guys next time. Peace out.